I really love you guys a lot. I feel it's a super ginormous privilege just to be able to look you kind of in the eyes and just say thank you for all the ways, not just today or recently, but just over the last decades. I pulled up at Westbrook as a high school student. Now I've got gray hair and grandchildren, and it's like, but the faithfulness of this body to not only love each other so well, but to love me so well, and the high highs to celebrate and the low lows to still feel loved by you is abnormal. You're not a normal body from my experience, but in the most amazing way. Just your faithfulness to love. We're out in KCK. Probably most of you, maybe some of you don't know what we're up to. But in KCK, God's called us to build an oasis in an area that's very much hurting and broken and needs Jesus. And we wouldn't be out there if it wasn't for this body, I don't believe. God has used you guys in just some profound ways to sustain us out there. So maybe real quick, I'll give you like the 10,000-foot view, and then the maybe 1,000-foot view, and then the 100-foot view of just what's been going on. I know some of you already know this, but the 10,000-foot view, like I said, is just building an oasis. Jesus, we believe, is the living water, and when you're filled up with him and pour him out, it just is crazy, the transformation that happens. So that's 10,000 feet. And then you zoom down to 1,000 feet. The Lord's given us these two houses to make disciples in. So we have two discipleship houses kind of right by each other, and one's for guys and one's for girls. And so that's just been the madness of the last while, just saying, Jesus, would you just send people that we could train up and send out? And that's just been so amazing. So we've got between 15 and 20. We were almost empty nesters not too long ago, and then all of a sudden God said, hey, how about a bunch of new young life in your life? And I feel like God sent all these young people as sails. They just have so much energy and fire and passion for Jesus. And he's kind of called Hannah and I and some others to be more the rudder, and so we can, because if it's all sails, you just crash into the rocks, right? But if it's only the rudder, maybe you don't go anywhere. And so together it's been just a beautiful thing that God's been doing. I mean, we've been able to see, and again, this is because you guys in your faithfulness to love and pray, third generation Christians already, where somebody got saved and baptized and led somebody to the Lord who got saved and baptized, who led somebody to the Lord and got saved and baptized. So it's just been wild. We do like gatherings on Tuesdays, more evangelistic. Wednesday is more discipleship times. And on Sundays is potluck, where just everybody shows up and some people bring food. So just those kind of things, and then just every day it's just a revolving door, just people getting to come and experience the love of Christ. So the maybe 100-foot view, and I'm not very good at measuring distance, but this guy Pablo over here, you're probably about 100 feet from him. The 100-foot view, this guy right here, some of you have been praying for this guy for over a decade. And he would come to the house, we'd do tea night, which is mostly drink sugar with some tea in it, and we just process life. And this guy, he would come, but he didn't want anything to do with Jesus. But he kept coming, and I'd be like, hey, can you guys pray for this guy? And it made sense. Like I asked him, why not Jesus? It was like, well, where was he when I was the trauma, the pain, the abuse, and all of this stuff that he had to go through in life? Well, he pulled up at the house 4 months ago, just at rock bottom. And I don't know how many of you have hit rock bottom, but he was at rock bottom and just said, I'm done chasing death. I want to chase life. And laid his life down. We actually smashed some of the idols. The Santa Muerte is the cartel's god that they worship. And we smashed it and we said, hey, we want Jesus, got baptized, and now he's living with us. And just as a living picture of just what God can do in a life. And now he's encouraging people, and God's using him in profound ways in my life and the life of others. So anyway, yeah, just praise God. Pablo! He doesn't like attention, so this is beautiful and fun for me. Anyway, real quick, just if the Lord would put on your heart different ways to get involved. One is, again, the door is revolving. If you ever just wanted to pull up, I know so many of you are rudder-like people. You know what I'm saying? You've been walking with the Lord for a long time. And we're just surrounded by babies who are coming out of Satanism and the occult and just lost. And just be able to overlap life is beautiful. So pulling up at a lunch or a dinner and just being present and in the space. I just love you guys, and I don't want to just only see you like in this crowd setting. I love sitting across the table, but that's a practical way to get involved. If you're handy, it's amazing how much stuff breaks when you have 20 children. Adults. Stuff is constantly breaking, and God has gifted some people in that regard, especially if you're an electrician. And then praying for us. I don't know if that snapshot gives you an idea of just how wild I feel like life has gotten. Every day I feel like I'm out in the deep end. It's more than I can process or handle or figure out. Some days are scary. Most days are overwhelming. And so knowing that there's people praying, I don't know how many phone calls I've gotten, just, hey, texts, I'm praying for you. And it's like right coinciding with like the wheels coming off. So please pray. I forgot the prayer sign-up thing. If you're not on our prayer letter, we send out maybe quarterly. I'm going to make one while Dean's preaching, and I'll have it out in the lobby. You could sign that. Or just giving financially too. Some of you have just been so faithful to love us in that practical way. As you can imagine, we've been serving 300-400 meals a week, and it just never stops. I was just talking to Rob Crandall about just Westbrook and just the ongoing needs, right? Like, so anyway, I love you guys. And again, I can't thank you enough for the ways that you've impacted my life just as an individual, but more people than I think you even understand. I can't wait for you guys to stand before Jesus one day and it just to be like, whoa. And I can't convey it, my gratitude in words well enough, but I'm so grateful for you guys, and I love you. And the impact you're making is not just like giving people a fish. It's like you're changing eternity. Do you see what I'm saying? It's more than just, I don't know, getting somebody from one day to the next, and that's great. Those Band-Aids we all love them, but helping the bread of life, the living water transform a whole community, and I just want to say thank you a lot.